Welcome. Tonight we step softly into a moonlit clearing in New Zealand, a hush of fern and ancient forest where one of the world's gentlest parrots moves like a secret. Imagine for a moment a heavy moss-green bird the size of a cat, walking quietly beneath the stars, its face flattened and its eyes alert to the night. This is the Kakapo, a creature that asks for nothing dramatic, yet gives us a story of patient resilience.
High above many people's awareness, the kakapo lives its life primarily after dusk. Its common name, kakapo, comes from Maori words meaning night parrot. Here we introduce its home, the cool, mossy forests and scrub of New Zealand, places shaped by long isolation and by plants and animals found nowhere else. Picture the forest floor, a quilt of leaf litter, tangled roots, and bright fungi. The kakapo moves slowly across that quilt, sensing the world with a careful, deliberate rhythm.
Life for a kakapo begins quietly. Nesting often takes place in hollows or dense vegetation, where eggs are laid and watched over with steady attention. Females may lay just a few eggs, and incubation is a careful, private act. When a chick appears, it is small and vulnerable, soft down, eyes just opening to the dim world. Parents provide warmth and food, and those first days are full of hush and watchfulness. There is fragility here, yes, but also great tenderness in how these birds are tended.
The early months are not easy. Predators, changing weather, and the simple scarcity of the forest can limit how many chicks survive to adulthood. Yet when telling this part of the story, I want us to linger on resilience rather than sorrow, how individuals and whole populations respond, adapt, and with careful help persevere. Human impact enters this chapter quietly. Introduced mammals and habitat change have been challenges, but those details are best placed within hope and action, not alarm.
As adults, kakapo are herbivores, slow-moving browsers of leaves, seeds, fruits, and the odd tender shoot. They do not fly. Instead, they walk, climb a little, and use their strong legs to move through dense undergrowth. Their senses are tuned for the night, a sensitive beak for feeling food, whisker-like feathers around the face, and a patient awareness that helps them find the best morsels the forest offers. One remarkable detail: their waddling gait and heavy bodies are a reminder that evolution sometimes favors a quiet, grounded life over speed.
And then there is the kakapo's most astonishing ritual, the booming. On certain nights, males clear a little patch and exhale a deep, resonant call that can travel for kilometers across valleys. These are not songs of lightness. They are deliberate, low-frequency booms intended to attract mates. Imagine standing in the dark and hearing a sound like a distant drum. There is mystery and gravity in it. Males gather in lek-like spots, calling and listening. The courting is measured, patient, and oddly intimate, a reminder that love in the natural world can be quiet, prolonged, and full of waiting.
Within their forests, kakapo are more than solitary curiosities. They participate in the slow choreography of seed dispersal. They shape undergrowth by their feeding, and they occupy a niche that once fit into a broader, richer web of life. Their interactions with other species are subtle. They are prey for introduced mammals, yes, but they also affect plant communities by the seeds they carry and the places they browse. Thinking ecologically, the kakapo reminds us how even quiet actors can influence the rhythm of a whole ecosystem.
So what does the kakapo teach us, besides patience? It teaches stewardship that is patient and precise. Conservation efforts for kakapo have been careful, hands-on work: nest monitoring, predator control, intensive veterinary care, and habitat management. Rather than a dramatic rescue, it has often been steady, daily labor, checking nests, ensuring food availability, and listening to the night. Those efforts reflect a belief that some species require human help to maintain the delicate balances that evolved over millennia. This is not a tale of failure. It is a story of people learning to steward with humility and focus.
Before we leave this moonlit clearing, let's sit with one small final wonder. The Kakapo's booming nights, an echo of ancient forests, and the way a single species can teach us about patience, care, and the courage to act gently. In that moment, we see nature's quiet wisdom. If you close your eyes, perhaps you can hear a far-off boom and the rustle of moss, the sound of a life lived slowly, insistently, beautifully.
Thank you for joining me in this quiet story of the Kakapo. If this gentle journey brought you a moment of calm or curiosity, please consider subscribing to Avian Tranquility, so more of these single-species stories can find their way to you. Share this episode with someone who appreciates slow things, the patient sounds of night, the small acts of stewardship that make a difference. Until next time, may your evenings hold pockets of stillness, and may you carry with you the soft lessons of the forest.